Okay, hi everybody. Well, I know it's been a while since I've been on. Um, I did want to give you a weigh-in update today. It is Saturday. I have been weighing in. Whether or not you have seen me or not on YouTube, I am still weighing in. So let me stop here just briefly and show you what happened on the scale today. Well, first of all, let me tell you, when I saw that weight loss, I was happy that I had a loss, but to tell you the truth, I was a little disappointed um, that it was point 0.8. Uh, I thought, gosh, I worked pretty hard this week in point 0.8. And then I looked back at my stats. As you know, if you followed me for any length of time, you know that I weigh myself every single day. So I have a good idea of, by the time weigh-in day rolls around, I kind of have a good idea which way the scale is going to go. So I looked back at my chart, and prior to Wednesday, my scale wasn't going in the right direction. So, matter of fact, Wednesday morning, when I weighed myself, I had a gain for the week, and something happened on Wednesday, and I can't tell you exactly what it was. It was just something that my mindset said. It's February 1st, and you've already wasted an entire month. It's time to get the ball rolling with this. My Utah trip isn't far away. Uh, I will be in Utah 17 weeks from today, and it might sound like a long time, but really, it's going to be here before I know it. So I thought, okay, well, on Wednesday, I've got to get this thing under control now. I've got to get this extra weight off. So I got almost 15,000 steps in and over 6 miles on Wednesday. Not because I was working out or making an effort to go walking. I was teaching choreography at school all afternoon, and that caused me to burn up a lot of calories. So that was a good day, and I tracked every single thing. Thursday rolled around, same thing. I did a lot of tracking. Um, didn't do the extensive choreography rehearsal that I had done on Wednesday, but I went to the Y for the first time in a long, long time, and I walked the track. And gosh, I walked the track for about an hour and a half, and got in over 5 miles, and uh, almost 13,000 steps. Yesterday, I went to the gym also. I got more miles in yesterday and more steps in yesterday. So all I can tell you is that I've been moving more and I've been eating less. I have talked myself countless times out of um, eating something I shouldn't, or something that I know I shouldn't. Uh, and today was no different than that. I went to anytime I go into a store, I seem to have this battle going on in my head about, oh gosh, that looks good. Maybe I'll take that. Usually I always have a list with me, and I'm usually pretty good about sticking to the list, but it kind of depends on the time of day and how hungry I am. And I'm always gravitating to the sweets, like, to the donuts and to the candy and stuff. I actually went to Walmart tonight, not for that purpose. I did have to pick up a couple things in the grocery aisles, but mostly it was for something else, and I needed dog food. So I went to Walmart, and I wanted to walk around inside Walmart for a while, which I did. And then I went over to the grocery aisle. Wasn't particularly hungry, but then I came across the aisle with all the Valentine's Day candy, and I started looking at it, picked up a couple things, and I put it back. And I kept telling myself, you worked really hard this last week to eat to lose point 0.8. Do you want to undo it now? Walked out of that aisle. I went to get my coffee because that's one of the reasons I went, because I was just about out of coffee here. And then I hit the donut aisle, and I'm thinking, oh man, these donuts look really good. And you know what? I've had Walmart donuts before. They're not that good. So I didn't pick them up. I just looked at them, and momentarily I thought, oh, one won't hurt me, but I knew it would because one would turn into four. And and then I started thinking, boy, cookies sound really good. So I actually picked up the cookies and looked at them, and they're the bakery cookies with the frosting on them. And they were like, how many ever come in a package? A dozen, I think, for the smaller package. And I picked them up, and then I put them right back down. And I said, this is stupid. You know, you're not going to do this. You're not going to do this to yourself anymore. You're not going to sabotage yourself, you know, on Saturday and Sunday and then have to fight to get all that weight off during the week. Now, you and I both know that one cookie is okay to eat. Problem is, I wouldn't stop at one, and I know that. So, in order for me to get my head back in the game, I've got to stop it altogether. It's just like when I gave up drinking Coca-Cola. I had to do it cold turkey. I had to say enough is enough. I poured what I had down the drain, and I never touched it again. Occasionally now, I will have a glass of Coke. Um, and usually I can't finish the one glass. Where I used to drink, if I went to a restaurant, I would have one glass that I would order, then I'd have 4 or 5 refills. And now it's hard for me to get through one glass. And I never ever buy it to bring it into the house anymore because it's just, to me, it's like my kryptonite or my alcohol. It's, you can't, I can't touch one drop of it. So anyway, I've had to talk myself out of stuff like that all week, thinking that, well, one won't hurt me, one thing of this won't hurt me, but I know deep down inside it will. I didn't get to be this weight by, one thing. you know, so anyway, my point is that the title of this video is, the scale doesn't tell the whole story. And the reason I'm bringing all this up is because um, when went back and looked at my data, um, I told you I had a gain on Wednesday morning for the week. From Wednesday morning to this morning, I have lost 2.7 pounds. And that's just from being more active and really, really watching what I was eating. So that scale today doesn't really say what my week was like. There's a lot more to it. Um, I have the net loss of zero point 0.8, but I know from Wednesday to today, I had lost 2.7 pounds. Now, I logged that weight in this morning to Weight Watchers. And it's like I said, at first I was disappointed. And it wasn't until I went back and I looked at what my real accomplishment was that I felt, okay, I'm okay with this because I'm going to keep rolling with it. Uh, and then fighting those mental battles in the grocery store, I know for me, that's just going to be an ongoing thing. I'm hoping that eventually my mind is going to be so uh, focused again that I won't even think about that stuff anymore. Um, and the thing about it is, there was no reason for me even to go down a couple of those aisles. It's like, good cop, bad cop, or good angel, bad angel on both of my shoulders, trying to tell me, well, this won't hurt. Well, yes, it will. And luckily, since Wednesday, the good angel has has won over. So, a number on a scale doesn't tell the story of our life. I think we need to look at everything else that we're accomplishing and the positive steps that we're making. So, my positive steps this week were, at least from Wednesday, like I said, I've been more active. I've gotten at least at least 12,000 steps in a day. I have walked at least 5 miles every day um, since Wednesday. I didn't get 5 miles in today. I did not make it to the gym today because I was running errands here and I was trying to clean. Yeah, so I've got just over 2 miles today. It's still active. I've still burned up almost 2,000 calories, and I still have a calorie deficit. So that's been a positive improvement for me today or this week. I've also been more diligent in filling out my planner. I think I've showed this to you before. I designed these stickers that I have in here. This just is like an extra data sheet for me. Tells me, my daily weight and how I'm doing in comparison to the other days. This is a sticker that I just did this last week. And this just tells me my calories. I am tracking my calories uh, just because it keeps me focused. If I track my calories, just as an example, Thursday when I was finished eating everything I was going to eat for the day, I I have a spreadsheet that I keep all my calories accounting for, and I saw that I wasn't in a calorie deficit. I had had way too many snacks, and now I had tracked all of them, but the calories that I racked up in snacks were almost enough for an entire day. Um, and that's one thing I'm working on. I'm working on nighttime snacking, which I have to. I don't know that I totally give it up, but what I'm snacking on is going to be changing. But anyway, I looked at that and I thought I have to do something. I have to burn off some more calories. And so I went to the gym and I walked 5 miles. And that helped get me back into a calorie deficit. Now, that's not a good way to go about things, people. It's just not. So I thought, there's no way I should have had 1,000 calories in snacks. So I'm more diligent now about as the day goes on to fill these stickers out and keep track of where my calories are and what my activity level is. And I track my steps with my Fitbit, in case you're wondering. But so that for me, that's a positive step or a step in the right direction. Now, I've done another thing this week too. And it's interesting because it directly correlates to when I started losing weight. Um, I started coming home for lunch. So on Wednesday, I didn't take my lunch with me that day, and I thought I have a couple of hours between my last high school class and my first middle school class. So I thought, you know what? Instead, I didn't really want to spend any money on going to Subway or anything like that, and I knew I would overeat if I went to Subway. And also, I'm very cautious about what I eat while I'm at school or while I'm gone during the day because sometimes, when I have to go to the bathroom, I got to go and I have to go right now. And I'm not close to a restroom in my classroom, so it's difficult for me to get away. So I try not to eat anything that is going to cause me to erupt, so to speak. Um, and Subway makes me erupt. So, and really that and Marco's are the only restaurants around. And so I thought I'm going to come home for lunch. Came home on Wednesday, and I only have once I get home is well, I only have about 45 minutes where I can spend at home before I have to turn around and go back to school. But you know what? Just getting away from that environment for a while, having time to clear my head, coming home and having a good lunch, and then going back, knowing I only have a couple more hours and I can come back home, has really changed my attitude toward the day. And it's allowing me to really, really stay on track because I've eliminated all of the excuses. I've eliminated the, well, I didn't take my lunch, that in itself wasn't an excuse anyway because I had stuff here to take. But I a lot of times don't get up in time if I don't do it at night, and I'm usually too exhausted at night to do it. So anyway, I'm coming home for lunch. Yes, I'm putting more gas in my car and putting more miles on my car to do this, but it's clearing my head and it's giving me an opportunity to really, really stay on plan and focus. So that's I think that's another positive step. Plus, it was sunny and bright. It was a nice time to just come home. I'm going to continue it. There's one day this week that I know that I can't do that, um, but uh, I'm going to plan for it and take something with me that day. And plus, Molly appreciates me coming home and letting her out, during the day too. So that was another step. Then going back to the why, that was another positive step that I made. So even though it says zero point 0.8 loss, there was so much more to my week. So don't get hung up on the number on the scale or what you lost this week or even day to day, because the scale does not tell the story of your life. The scale is just there as a data point. It doesn't tell everything. So anyway, that's my that's my little rant for tonight. And I have to tell you, when I went to Walmart, I was thinking on the way home that um, it's late. I don't really feel like cooking. I was giving myself excuses again. Maybe I'm just gonna pull through Cane's because I love Cane's chicken. And it's a fairly new restaurant up here. I've had it in Oklahoma several times past. So I was thinking, okay, I'm just gonna drive through Cane's and get some chicken. That can't be that bad. When in reality, I know it is. But and I had to drive past it to come home. Well, since Cane's is a new restaurant, it's all the rage up here. And the line was the drive-through was wrapped around the building, and I looked at it, I thought, there's no way I'm stopping. I'm not going to wait in that line. I was going to go home and eat. So thank you for Cane's for having a long line tonight, and you saved me money and you saved me calories. So, um, but it's that battle in your mind that goes on all the time, at least in mine. Uh, and plus the fact I didn't really want to spend the money. So, anyway, like I said, scale doesn't say everything. Scale doesn't know how much I've battled this week to win the victories that I won. So, all right, that's going to wrap it up for me. I do have food to show you, everything that I've eaten today. So, I'll do that and then I'm going to just go. I'm going to say my goodbye now. Thank you for joining me tonight, and I hope you enjoy the food I had. It's nothing fantastic, it's just stuff that I had here. So, I will see you guys soon. Have a great night. Bye.
All right, I haven't done a what I eat in a day for a while, so this is my breakfast on my weigh-in day. I have a breakfast wrap here. It's just inside one egg, which weighed out at 49 grams. Some liquid egg whites weighed out at 48 grams. That's all 0 points. I do have 30 grams of fat-free cheddar cheese for 1 point. So in the wrap is the La Banderita carb counter, and so that's 1 point. So 2 points in my wrap. This is just a triple berry blend. It's blueberries, blackberries, raspberries. I think there's some strawberries in there too. Uh, 128 grams of that is 0 points, and that's the private selection from Kroger. And also, I topped that with some cinnamon. I topped my wrap with some Frank's hot sauce. And I have 63 grams total of fat-free half and half in my coffee for 1 point. So I have a total of a 3 point breakfast. Okay, well, for lunch today, I'm having just a big salad. I've got my lettuce, of course, is 115 grams of that. I have 100 grams of boneless, skinless cooked chicken. 0 points for that. I've got uh, 90 grams of hard-boiled egg. 0 points for that. The onion was 27 grams. 0 points for that. 169 grams of tomato. Also 0 points. I do have 29 grams of fat-free cheddar cheese for 1 point, and then 57 milliliters of the Walden Farms French dressing, which is also 0 points. So my big salad here is 1 point. And I think that takes me to like 5 points for the day. 4 points for the day so far. My dinner tonight is kind of like a hot mess, but I had some leftover ground turkey that I wanted to use, so I've got 100 grams of that in here for 0 points. I had some green peas I wanted to use up. They were frozen. 143 grams of that, also 0 points. My riced cauliflower is 0 points. And I have my homemade chunky salsa also mixed into that, which is also 0 points. I have a 0 point dinner. I am still at 4 points for the day.